Welcome to Part of My Budget. My name is Jasmine, and this is my first budgeting video ever. The reason why I say this is not my first video ever is because I actually have another channel over. It's called Part of My Imagination. If you like books, go ahead and check it out. I haven't really been posting on there, but I plan on doing better in the beginning of the year. Hence, why I'm also making this channel and this video. I have been trying to get a hold of my budget for years now. And just to learn a little things about me, I am a I don't want to say single because I co-parented, but I am a mom of twin girls who are 10 years old. I am 30 years old and I am currently in the military. I have been in the military for 12, almost going on 13 years. And for whatever reason, it just seems like I've never been able to get a hold of my budgeting. So here we are. And when I say that, I do 100% mean that. Like, I have been working on this says 2019, okay? I have been trying to get my budgeting underway for so long. And I do well sometimes, but then other times I just go off the rails. And I think my biggest problem is that I am a swiper. I will swipe my card. I am a shopping makes me happy. So I like to buy. And then so last year, aka this year, I thought like, oh, Jasmine, you've got it under. You're going to do it. You're going to track all your stuff. And I started. I even made this nice little pretty spread in my journal, and it didn't work out. It did not work out. But this year, going into 2024, like I really, really, really just have to figure out where all my money is going. And being able to see where my money is going and tracking every freaking dollar. And so I actually used to have a Google spreadsheet, right? I used to just have a random Google spreadsheet, and it worked for me because I was able to find or see what I was spending for my bills. So it was more like a bill tracker than it was a budgeting tracker. I kind of just knew how much money I had left over each month, but then that was basically it. So I came up with this fancy dancy automatic budget planner. Well, okay, it's not fully automatic, it's a semi-automatic budget planner or tracker. Planner, tracker, whatever you want to call it. So this is actually available. And I know you're like, dang girl, this is your first video and you're already trying to sell us something. I'm not. I just made something and then I was like, well, I'm gonna offer it to other people. If they want to use it, they can use it. If not, they don't have to. But I made this for myself. And then I was like, you know what, this is actually pretty cool. I could probably offer this to other people. And yes, and I wasn't able to find anything on the market. So like I said, I am in the military. So I know what my pay is going to look like every single month. It doesn't really change, which kind of sounds boring, but it doesn't really change. So even though I get paid bi-weekly because I get paid on the 1st and the 15th, I know what my monthly income is going to be. And so I wanted to be able to broadcast into the future, like how much money I would realistically be able to save. Because I think one of my biggest problems is that I will say I want to save $10,000, but $10,000 in saving wasn't realistic within my budget or my means. And so I would just not save at all. And that was like one of my biggest problems. So I feel like with this, I'm able to track how much I have. And I've been watching Cash Stuffing videos for quite some time, and I loved the idea, hence why I have these binders right here, because again, this year I was going to do it, and I just didn't. So I made this tracker so I can look at it constantly. I love it. It looks so beautiful to me. Like, I plan on doing another video of me actually going on. So after this, there'll be a video of me inputting what my expenses and bills and sinking funds, and realistically it's going to be more of a video of like where am I going to put all this money that I have left over, that I know I will have left over for the year. And so yeah, I have a debt tracker, I've got the annual tab, and this is a chart. It'll start showing once you start filling in the months. And so what I mean by semi-automatic is that when you fill out the income portion, this amount is going to show up right here. It currently has 0 because I don't have anything. Again, I'm going to do an extensive video on my actual planner, so you guys can, if you want to get it, you get it. Cool. If not, but I also have some other cool things. But it doesn't look well from camera to iPad, so I'm gonna do it through my software, whatever. But yes, so I just want to, one, introduce myself, and then two, just go over what I plan on, what I know my actual bills are. And then the next video will be where am I going to start saving my money as far as sinking funds and other things like that. So yes, so I'm gonna pull this away, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start. I put my notebook down. Give me a second. I am going to open up a random slot. Okay. And then we're just going to write out my bills so that we know how much money we're working with coming into the new year. Let me zoom you in just a little bit. Zoom you in. I think that's good enough. And also, I'm left-handed, so I apologize for that. I see a lot of people on videos that do hand videos, and they're not. They're left-handed. They're right-handed. So this might be a little complicated for you guys, and I'm sorry. All right, I've got my notebook here, and we are going to get started. I'm going to list out my fixed bills first, and then we'll talk about my variable expenses. So first we have rent. Then I'm also going in the order that they're due because I already kind of had my budget laid out in that way. So these are all going to be listed, not necessarily in the priority, but just in when they're due. So I have a subscription app for this fitness app. Obviously, if you're an Apple girly or boy or they, you probably have Apple One, maybe. This is Illuminate is a book subscription box. Don't ask. Spectrum is my internet. Coffee is, I don't know if you've ever heard of it's kind of like Etsy, but more of like the artist. Well, I'm not gonna say the artist community, but it's kind of like Etsy. Okay, we have coffee, and then Fit for Life, which is my gym subscription. And I know you guys are probably yelling at me like, why are you paying for a gym when you're in the Army and you get free gym? It's because so that my boyfriend and I can work out. I should probably spell Audible right. Again, because I'm a reader. PWC, which is my water, electricity, all wrapped in, and sewer are all wrapped in one bill. So you won't see like a water, electricity. You'll just kind of see PWC as a whole. And then I do also stream on Twitch, but this is not me paying. This is for subscriptions that I have for my friends. My phone bill, and these are all my expenses as far as fixed. These are my fixed expenses, and then as my variable, I have groceries, gas, and my cats. I have 4 cats, by the way. That was another fun fact about me. Okay, so for gas, I have budgeted. Oh, I had a calculator. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, so I have 87.50 times 2, so 175. I could have did that in my head, but I didn't. For the cats, I have 150, and for groceries, I have 550 for the month. Again, I have this split up for monthly budgets. Um, because again, I know what I'm getting paid. So, and then I kind of just split it bi-weekly. Which I probably should change because my first paycheck is always so thin because I pay rent in the first of the month. Okay, so starting with rent, I pay $1,536. That is also with the processing fee, which I'm thinking about just getting checks and writing a check so I can save like $3. Fitbod is $12.99. Apple One is $17.99. Although I think they just went up to $21. So I'm gonna have to check with that. This one is, and I also, when I do budgeting, like most people in the community, I round up. So these will all be rounded numbers anyways, but I'm just gonna write what the actual number is so that I know. Okay, so then my subscription is $50. Spectrum is 40 or 94.99. My coffee is $20. My Fit for Life is $29.99. My Beyond Finance, which is my debt, is $466.60. Audible is $14.99, which I'm thinking about canceling. PWC, I have budgeted. Oh, actually, this needs to come down here because this is a variable budget. And this one is, I have budgeted for $250. But it's also the winter time and I have the heat off. So it's actually been lower than $200, but you never know, you know. I should probably spell insurance right. I have at $200. Sorry guys, this is all messed up. All right, I have $11 for Twitch, and then for my phone ending off, I have, what is my phone bill? $213 and like something cents. So we'll say $214. Okay, so these are all my, oh, you couldn't see because okay, so these are all my expenses that I know that I have to pay for every single month. And as far as my income, let's see. Why can't I see my income? Did I not put it on this one? Okay, so as far as my income goes, right? So these are my bills. I did that backwards. I probably should do my income first and then, but it is what it is. Okay, so for income, I have, this is all coming out of the same web or pay, but this is what I get paid for the month. Again, like I said, Army, I know exactly what I'm getting paid. So my base pay for, I'm actually going to do next year's because we are getting a raise. These numbers might change slightly, but these are the projected numbers for next year. And these are probably going to be exactly what they are. So give or take a few dollars. So when I'm doing my budget for my sinking funds, I will probably move some dollars around just in case this changes. So base pay projected is $4,076. For BAH, which is basically housing, I get paid $1,600. It will be $1,666. And then for food, I get paid $467. These are all cents. There's no change on them. And then so my boyfriend gives me $450. Although he did last time, he gave me $500, but it's probably going to be $450 because that's what we talked about. And then sometimes, okay, so this is outside, this is my, like, I know this is my budget, right? So sometimes I donate plasma, and usually I get paid, if I donate all 8 times, I get paid $460. And the reason why, I should probably write plasma. The reason why I'm writing this down is because the one thing that I was thinking about doing for my sinking funds is I wanted to have one sinking fund that was solely the money I saved that came from this. So I guess you could say, like, it's not a savings challenge, but that one sinking fund was only going to be coming out of my plasma. So in total, when we total all of this up, budgeting, and if we total up the entire amount, that is $7,086. And I am one of them girlies that likes to track my taxes and see how much money I'm paying for taxes and deductions. And so money to budget, income to budget after all of that is going to be, what do I pay? Okay, so bring out my calculator again. Okay, I have 7,086 minus, I pay $258 in federal taxes, $250 in Social Security, $60 in Medicare. Oh, not $600 in Medicare, $32 for my children's dental, $31 for my life insurance, and one random dollar that they always take out. So to budget, I have $6,454. I didn't take out the TSP, even though I have a TSP. I have a Roth that they take out of my paycheck. I didn't take it out because I have it underneath my savings account. But just for giggles, let's take out how much I pay in my Roth. And actually, no, I'm not, because I planned on cutting my Roth off. So this is the amount that I have to budget. We have 6,400. I realize that you guys can't see, but we have $6,454 to budget. If I totaled up all of my, what am I saying? If I totaled up my expenses for the month, that's all of these expenses, this equals to $3,777.54 to be exact. So yes, that means that if we take 6,450 minus 3,777, wait, what? 3,777, yes, what? My brain was like, what are you talking about? So to budget, I have $2,676.46. This is how much money I have to go to sinking funds. So, I gotta get used to this. But yeah, that's how much money that I have left over. So in my next video, we will talk about all the things that I plan on putting these towards. Thank you so much for coming to this video. It was kind of chaotic, I know. We're gonna get right. You know, this is my first video, even though it's not my first video on YouTube. This is technically my first video like this, and I kind of felt all over the place, but that's okay. So I will catch you guys in the next one. If you would like to subscribe and comment, please do so. Again, if you want to check out that digital planner, there will be a video up just showing you everything that you need to know about this handy dandy planner. I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.